This is Dee.
And this is Shelby.
And we're from Bitch Please. Welcome back to episode 20. 20.
Woo!
Woo!
Yes. Episode 20.
Episode 20. It's exciting.
So excited.
So excited. So, today is another day, and we are here.
We are here.
Before we get started, how are your screws?
They're gone. Everybody gone. Everybody's out.
I know.
Everybody's out. But that's all right. How's your screws?
They're here.
Yeah?
I'm irritated because
Please,
I
tell
just...
these people the story.
I went to go visit my line sister. She's in town with her family, and they're staying at Universal. And Universal, the area that they're staying at, doesn't have the best of parking. And so I parked. I was there for like 2 hours maybe, tops. And when I left, I hit my little ticket, and that thing said $51.18 for 2 hours.
Expensive.
$51 for 2 hours.
Robbery.
I feel some type of way.
Stole it. She should have owned the parking spot.
I should have owned the parking spot.
Yep.
Forever.
With the amount of money that she just spent.
I'm just so mad. So my screws are they're just a little enraged.
Just a little enraged?
Just a little enraged.
Everybody's lighting shit on fire up in there?
Yeah, they are. It's crazy. There's red lights going on. It's
the sirens going.
The
There's an alarm.
On. It's not good right now.
Okay.
I'm mad.
Raging.
Yeah, I'm mad. But it was a good time, and I'm glad I got to see her. I haven't seen her in like 14 years or something like that.
It was good to catch up.
Yeah, it was really nice catching up. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's kind of shitty you had to spend... I mean,
I know.
Fucking all your life savings on a parking spot.
2 hours.
Anyway, 2 hours.
Because I'm not going... anyway.
Anyways.
So, today's a segmented episode, which means it's going to be just real random.
All random shit.
So, the first thing I want to talk about, we've been looking at Netflix and the series that they got going on Netflix, and there's a lot of jail ones.
Oh yeah,
and the newest ones on there are Jailbirds.
There's my god, it's so good.
There's Jailbirds LA and there's a Jailbirds New Orleans.
It's so good,
so good. And so I was telling Shelby about it, and I was like, you gotta watch this series. This series is insane.
Yeah.
How did you feel about it?
It was fucking wild. I was hooked.
Right?
I was hooked.
Right?
First of all, I would survive in jail. I just want to say that.
I would not.
I would 100% survive in jail.
I would not.
Like on some wild shit. But second of all, I mean, I think you'd survive.
I probably would.
I think you'd survive in jail.
I just wouldn't want to be in jail.
No, nobody wants to be in jail, but would you survive it? Fuck yeah, I'd survive it.
Yeah.
These bitches, I'm sorry, it's going to be a little bit of a spoiler, okay? So if you want to watch the show or if you are watching the show and you just started and you don't want to hear about it, please fast forward.
Yeah.
These bitches are innovative as fuck.
Hell, girl.
As fuck. Like,
so innovative.
Yeah. Like, they're sitting there. First of all, they use the toilets to talk to inmates on the floor above.
Or below. I don't know if it's below.
It's above.
It's above?
It's above.
Okay.
It's the floor above. And they're talking to the male inmates on the floor above.
Yeah.
But these bitches put their whole face in the toilet to talk to their boo.
Yeah.
Who's above.
Yeah. They have a whole romances. They talk, some of them talk like in the toilet, and some of them take one of those long like tube rolls that you get from paper towels, and they stick that bad boy in there, and they be like, hey babe, and they be like, what's up girl, you know I was just thinking about you.
Yeah, you know you my boo, and we gonna be together when we get out. We gonna be together when we get out.
Forever and always.
But these girls put their whole domes in the toilet bowl. That's where you take a dookie. That's where you piss. And they having their whole faces in there being like, I love you, babe.
Yeah.
You my babe.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's nasty.
It's interesting because they go through the whole thing of like flooding that bad boy out, or not flooding it out, but like sucking all the water out. Yeah.
And shit like that.
And then they also send stuff through the toilets to the other floors. So like they have like t-shirts or sheets or something that they tear up.
They use sheets and they use the t-shirts.
And then they use spoons and they send letters in these spoons and I guess little baggies, and they just throw them in the toilet and they just send them up, and then whoever's room it gets to, they're like, pass this to so-and-so. It's like passing notes in school, but through the toilet
the toilet system. And the way they do it, from what I understood, is whoever you're trying to send it to, they put their spoons, it's like all the fucking shirts tied together or whatever the fuck, and then there's a bunch of these spoons on the bottom, and then the other person below has spoons.
Yeah.
And then you both flush at the same time, and those spoons get tangled up with each other.
Yeah.
And then it's called fishing.
Yeah.
And then whoever wants a message, they have to pull their fucking shirt string rope thing out the goddamn toilet.
Yeah.
And there's doo-doo on it and everything. Oh, it's disgusting.
I know one of the episodes, homegirl was grabbing it with her bare hands. She's like, you don't want gloves? She's like, no, it's fine. And then she got shit on her hand. She's like, you should have got the gloves. She's like, it's too late now. And she just kept...
Oh, it's disgusting.
But when I tell you that note was pristine with the loveliest love language ever.
Oh my God.
Just my dearest love.
Yes. Innovative as fuck.
Yeah.
And the food?
The food. It's not the food that's served, it's the food that they create. That is
from the, what is it, the commissary?
Commissary, yeah. So when they get money on their books and they have commissary, they get like ramen noodles, hot Cheetos, like all types of stuff.
All types of
like
shit.
Vienna sausage. They get all types of shit.
Kit
and they
Kats and all sorts of candies and shit like that.
And they make these casseroles and pizzas
and burritos.
The burrito, actually, I'm not gonna lie,
that looked fire as fuck. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It looked so good.
But did you see one of the girls was making the noodles in the toilet?
Yeah.
How nasty is that?
Yeah, that would have took me out.
Disgusting.
That would have took me out. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do.
But also at the end of the day, not that far.
Yeah, that's
not
a lot.
that far.
That's
I don't need them noodles that. I'll eat them dry.
Yeah, it was a lot, but it was just so interesting to see because it's just like the things that they came up with. First of all, I want to know who the first person was. Like, you know what? I can talk to somebody through this.
Yeah.
Like, how do you even discover that?
Facts.
Were you like throwing
Somebody
up your
was
life?
banging. Somebody was banging on the toilet, and that's how they heard it. Yeah.
That's just so interesting.
It's
because
just wild.
It has been shared throughout all the lands.
All the
Everybody's
lands.
like, we can talk through the toilet.
Yep.
And so a bunch of these shows, you see people talking in toilets.
Yeah, and then did you see the end of the one? I think it was the LA one where her and her mans from the floor above ended up being together.
Yeah, they got out and they was together.
And they was together.
But
I don't know for how long.
Drama.
They did have some drama.
Because he was talking to another girl because homegirl got switched to a different facility.
Yeah, she went to the branch.
For a little bit. And then he was like, well, she's gone. So let me move on to the next one. And then she came back. And then there was like a whole mess with that. But they ended up getting together and they got out. And they've been just as happy as they wanted to be.
And then the New Orleans one got cut short.
Yeah, because there was some
crazy ass fighting. Literally, the last like part of the episode was them recording an inmate, and then you hear a bunch of commotion, and old girl's like, "You better run." She's like, "I suggest you start running now." Mm-hmm. Ooh, and then that was it. It was 3 episodes in.
They had to cancel it.
They couldn't even fucking manage to hang on for more than 3 episodes. Wild.
That one was wild.
That one was wild. New Orleans was wild.
Yeah. And then there was this other one. I know you haven't watched it yet. It's called Unlocked. Mm-hmm. So pretty much the premise is it's a jail that it's a certain floor, and the sheriff wanted to try something out where he lets them pretty much be free, where he just unlocks all the doors, pulls the COs out. COs? Yeah, COs out. And allows them to just kind of manage themselves in whatever way that they can. And so they're trying this experiment, which it got a lot of backlash because certain people felt some type of way because these people, have been, well, technically they haven't been convicted yet, but they're awaiting trial.
Yeah.
And so there was a big problem about the fact that they were being able to be kind of free with it because of the crime that they were being charged with.
Yeah.
But it was crazy. There's an episode, this is also a spoiler, and I'm sorry.
That's okay.
But there's an episode where they're living amongst themselves, they've been doing great, and then they get new people in.
Oh.
And these new people, some of the new people know how to just kind of fall in line, and there's this one guy who just thinks he's just that guy.
Always. It's always
and
one.
And they're like, hey man, you might want to chill out. And so some stuff happens, and to him and another guy get into it. Well, come to be, there's a point where they try to fight. They're like, hey, y'all break it up. And then they were like, well, you can come in the room. It is this one man with like 5 guys.
Oh man.
And they beat the fuck out of him.
Do they really?
Oh my god.
Oh, I want to watch it.
It was crazy. And they're in this room.
Yeah.
Fucking each other up.
Yeah.
And he was so they had to send him away. He was having a problem breathing. Like they fucked him up.
Oh man. Well, stop disrupting the peace.
Girl, they took all them out. They was like, you don't get to be part of this.
But stop disrupting the peace.
Yeah, because they had a good thing going, and they were trying to figure out how it was going to work because the jail system is constantly having new people come in.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
That's wild.
But great.
Gotta watch that show. What is it called?
Unlocked.
Unlocked.
It's Unlocked, the jail experiment.
Okay, yeah, I saw it on Netflix. Yeah. Yep. Ooh, I gotta watch that.
It's good, girl. It is so good. I gotta watch that.
My algorithm's about to be just full of jailhouse.
Yeah, it's gonna be jail stuff and true crime.
God damn.
That's it.
I think like just jail in general and like the culture that's in there and that builds and breeds from just the jail system in general, it's just wild to me.
It is wild. It is wild. I mean, and seeing how, I think that's what I kind of liked about the Unlocked thing, because you see them having to be closed off for 23 hours or out for one, you know, and you see them kind of going through these things, but they're not really helping them do anything so that when they get out, if and when they get out, they're able to acclimate back into like society and the real world. But with this program, it's like you could see that these guys were making their own way and they were like doing their own programs within each other. They were trying to help better themselves while in this having their own type of responsibility. Now I get it. They had the option to do that while they were out and they chose not to do it. But like they were trying to figure it out. And some of the guys were really like trying to be better. Yeah. So it's just a very interesting system. And unfortunately with like jailbirds, like I looked up some of the stuff that happened afterwards just to see if some of the girls that were like, I'm going to stay out and I'm going to do this, see what happened to them. And some went back. Yeah. Some died.
Yeah, I know. I saw that.
So it was just sad.
I saw that. I mean, that is sad though.
It is. It's like the system though, the way that it's set up, it's almost how it's typically set up. I don't know how many jails are offering the opportunity to be kind of free range like that. But it makes sense as to why people go back. Yeah. It makes complete sense.
Oh, no, 100%.
So it's 100%. Unfortunate.
And a lot of people that were even on the show were saying like, oh, I just like the structure. Yeah. I like the structure of it. I do better with the structure. Like that one girl from the New Orleans one, and she got out or whatever. Did she live?
Oh, I actually didn't look at the New Orleans one.
I gotta look that one up because I had high hopes for her. But
yeah, I didn't look up any information because it was only 3 episodes.
So. Yeah, but like who knows? But like she was like, I actually do better in prison than I do outside because I like structure and she likes the structure of it.
Which is great because it's like, girl, but you can create your own structure
outside
and have freedom. Yeah, as much as is allowed. Yeah, I guess.
I just know how hard it is, like, being an addict and, like, coming out and, like, being around other people and stuff like that. And, like, for me, I had to stop talking to everybody. Yeah. Like, everybody had to come out of my life. Like, so, it's hard. Yeah. You leave and then you go back and then you're like, oh, well, I could maybe hang out with this person or whatever. That's why I was, like, so curious about her because she was so determined to be better for herself and for her son.
I'm trying to remember which girl that was. I think I'm thinking of L.A.
She was the one... No, yeah, because this was the New Orleans one.
Right. I'm trying to think of what girl you're talking about.
She had the sleepover in her cell.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that was in New Orleans.
Yeah, and her mom's picked her up after. Yeah,
she was the one that was like she was in corrections.
She was in corrections. Before, but she didn't tell nobody.
Yeah, which made sense.
Yeah, don't tell nobody that.
It's so interesting because they had her. I want to talk about the LA one with the girl and her sister.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wait, or was that New Orleans?
No. That was the LA one.
Yo, y'all. The LA one. So there's this girl that's in there, and she was in isolation for a little bit, and then she gets put back into Gem Pop, but then she ends up going back to isolation. Anyway, long story short, she was in there for some shit. Yeah. And she had a co-defendant, which was her man. Mm-hmm. And she was married at some point, and pretty much what happened is they ended up killing her wife. Yes. This man and her were a thing. Mm-hmm. So she's in jail, waiting her time to figure out what they about to do with her. Yep. But her sister is also in jail. Yep. Her sister got to see her. She was all happy when she got back to jail.
They were like, oh, that's my bestie. That's my boo. I raised her. That's my baby.
Well, she ended up going back to isolation because homegirl was on some mess. I think she had drugs or a fight.
I think it was a fight.
A fight. She got into a fight. She ended up going back. Because homegirl was like, you cannot do this anymore. Are we going to send you back? She's like, I promise. And she did. So she got sent back. Anyway, long story short.
She got sent back because of her sister, though.
Oh.
She got sent back because of her sister, though.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah, because of her sister. She went to go kill her sister.
Oh,
because and beat the fuck out of her.
Because she found out about the... Okay, so she found out about some mess about her sister. So come to find out, her sister got a new boo. And the new boo is the co-defendant.
Through the toilet.
The new boo is the co-defendant of her sister, which happened to be her sister's man.
Yeah.
Her and her baby sister and this man was linking up, and that was her new boo.
Linking up through the toilet, by the way.
Through the toilet, but linking up.
But that was her new boo. She got so mad. She was like, I'm going to kill her.
She was like, she dead to me.
Yeah.
She said, I don't got nothing for that girl. They was like, that's your sister. She's like, I do not care. She tried it.
She's like, she got something coming for her. I was like, ooh.
Crazy.
Wow.
Oh, that show was so crazy.
That show was so crazy. So let's talk about the other show, though.
I Survived?
Yes. I got Deidre on I Survived. If you have not watched I Survived, it's on Hulu. It's an A&E show, and I think there's only like 5 seasons on just the basic I Survived. It's an older show, but if you like true crime shit or whatever, you will love this show, and I got Deidre hooked on it.
I am obsessed.
Yes.
It is so crazy. The stories that these people have and the things that they have gone through is insane. Like, the fact that they survived is amazing, but it's also like, wow, how did, like, these situations are like, they just don't seem real.
They don't seem real. And it's like random sometimes. It's super random.
Some of the stuff is like, it makes sense. Like, people going out in the woods or going out on a hike by themselves.
Or like their husbands coming after them. That always makes sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Men.
But, I mean... But it was just crazy because you see these crazy situations and these people survive, but a lot of the ones are like the random ones where people are like at their house and somebody breaks in and tries to kill them or whatever, and they're like, yeah, I just knew that I couldn't die that day. And it's like, yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody's like, I just want to die today. And well, that's not true. I mean, like, but you know, it's just, the show is crazy. It's so good, but
so good.
It has had me paranoid.
That's where I get my paranoia from.
Yo, it has had me so paranoid. I've been picking up little tips and tricks on like how to make sure I'm safe.
Yeah.
Like if something go down, I'm like, okay, let me put this here. Let me do this. Let me do this, because if something happens where I'm randomly carjacked, you know, I need to make sure I'm either able to get out or make sure I have some way to contact somebody or whatever. But these people have great awareness and they have great They're very quick thinkers. Yeah. And they're very calm in these situations a lot of times where I feel like I'd be hysterical.
You think so? I think you'd be very calm, cool, and collected and calculated.
I feel like, I don't know though, because hearing some of these people talk and they're like, you know, I just told them that this was not going to be today. But the way that they say it, it just sounds so calm and peaceful. And I know I'd probably have an attitude.
I'd have a whole attitude.
Especially the ones at work.
I would be like, please just fucking try. Like, today's the day I get to unleash the crazy.
I would be so mad. Like, you came on my job to fuck with me?
To fuck with me. The crazy one, the craziest one to me was the woman who was hitchhiking, the one that we watched.
Oh, yeah,
and she was hitchhiking. I can't remember her name.
I don't remember either.
If I can look it up, will you put it on the thing?
Of course.
So, she was hitchhiking. She was young, and this was in the 70s, and she hopped into this guy's van. She just wanted to go home or whatever. Anyways, he assaulted her, and then he cut off. It's going to be a little disturbing what I'm going to say, so if you don't want to hear it, please fast forward. He cut off her arms and threw her over a cliff. Homegirl was like 15. She took her little stomps, and she dug them bitches in the dirt to stop the bleeding, and then she walked. She climbed, and then she walked. People drove. You know what fucking gets me every time with this show, though? Is people just drive by.
Yeah.
Or they don't answer their doors.
Yeah.
Or they don't do anything like that.
Yeah.
You know, like, don't get me wrong. Like, if somebody's hysterically knocking on my door, I'm not going to answer, but I am going to shout through the door, stay where you are. I'm calling the police right now. Yeah. Or hide in the backyard. The fence is on. You know what I mean? Yeah, shit like that. But I don't know if that attacker's still
with them.
With them.
Like,
self-preservation, but also like...
Yeah. No, like, I get why people are hesitant to answer their doors and things like that, because people do, like, scam and do things like that. So I get it. But also, like, if you see that, kind of what you said, like, call the cops or whatever. But, yeah, people drive by.
Yeah, they just straight up drove by her, like 2 or 3 people.
Yeah.
They were just like, they slowed down, Look at her.
Looked and was like, yeah,
absolutely
no, I'm
not.
Dealing with this today. This is not my burden. This is not my burden to bear. I'm not. The thing that got me, the one with I remember her name. Her name is Tanya, and she had the tenant that she was cool with. And she came into her house and like cut her up with the glass.
Oh yeah, she had the kids.
Yeah, and homegirl was on like coke or crack or something.
She was smoking crack.
Fell asleep in the bed next to her as she was tied up after beating her ass.
After not just beating her ass, but like stabbing her. She stabbed and all sorts of shit. She
did all types of shit, and then she went to sleep.
Yeah,
she went to sleep.
The attacker just went to sleep next to her,
and homegirl was pregnant.
Hella pregnant,
like big and pregnant.
Yeah, like I think she was like 8 months.
Yeah, she was ready to pop, and she had to go endure all that. Like that mess was crazy.
Pissed me off. You come up in my house at 3:00 in the morning, demanding $2 because that's what she asked
after I did right by you though. That was the thing. She had been taking care of this girl.
I know.
She had been really doing right by her, helping her out in every situation she could.
First of all, I'd have an attitude because I'm pregnant. And you trying to come to my house and hot and
it's 3:00 in the morning.
My ankle swollen.
Girl, I probably
my titties hurt.
Probably got in the right position to fall asleep. Finally.
My bladder don't hurt. I don't have to pee. Everything was right. And I'm falling asleep. And you come into my house asking for $2. I would fight you.
$2.
I would fight you. Pregnant rage.
And then when she asked her why she did it, she said because you don't deserve to have these things, and I'm jealous of you. You're too beautiful, and you have it too good. Wild. And I just wanted to ruin that for you. Girl.
Wild.
Girl.
There's one I Survived story, and I can't remember which one it was, but though it's disturbing. The woman tried to cut out her baby.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah, there's one on there where the woman's pregnant and she gets abducted by another woman, and the woman tries to cut out her baby.
Did she want the baby?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wild shit like that. This is why I don't trust nobody.
This show is crazy.
This is why I don't trust it. This show right here is the reason why I am paranoid of all people all the time. I don't fuck around.
It's good, y'all.
It is so good.
I Survived, and they have a I Survived Beyond, I think.
Yeah.
Is it Beyond? That's good, I think. I mean, I'm assuming it's good. I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, I went to go watch it, but I haven't started it yet.
Oh, okay.
I haven't watched it.
Craziness. Crazy.
Yeah.
So those are the shows that we've been watching as of late. Because we know you guys have been wanting to know.
Yes.
So everybody's asked.
Yes.
Nobody's asked. But
nobody's
it's fine.
asked, but everybody's asked.
It's fine.
In my head, everybody was asking.
Right.
All of you guys wanted to know.
Yeah. So
here we are.
But next segment.
Moving on. So we're now going to stop talking about very disturbing shit, but we highly suggest that you guys watch it. We'll put Deidre will make it do the thing so that you guys can see what it is.
Yeah.
But definitely watch it. Jailbirds is on Netflix, and I Survived is on Hulu right now. So definitely check that out.
And Unlocked is also on Netflix.
I've got to watch that.
It's good, but it's like
I got to watch it.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's dope though.
It's good. It's kind of crazy, but it is good.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry, not to go back to this, but they do something because you got younger men in there and you got older men in there, and they kind of have that like young old like beef, but as the time goes on, like they really respect each of them, each other, and it's like, well, I'm trying to learn from you, and I'm trying to see pretty much in essence what not the fuck to do, so I don't end up in here as old as you guys are.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It was just interesting. It was really interesting. Yeah.
So moving on to the next segment, because we were just talking about this the other day, but I'm out here dating. Which I don't want to anymore. I'm just going to say that now. I don't want to do it anymore. I'm done. I'm off. I don't want to. I'm tired. I've only been doing it 4 months and I'm done. I don't want to do it. Take me off. We're just going to hang out with ourselves. We're going to hang out with ourselves because I'm tired. It's a lot. No, my thing is like, you tell somebody, right? I'm looking for this. I don't need anything more than this. It's very simple. This is what I'm looking for. They come in with the most. They come in with the absolute most. And they're like, oh, we're going to be together. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And I'm like, no, that's not what I asked for. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, why do you? And then they ghost.
Right.
Then they ghost.
Right.
And these are just people that I've talked to.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like not, it's just talking.
Right.
But they get you all hyped up. And then they ghost you. And it's just like, for what? For what?
Yeah. It just seems like a waste of energy because it's like, I told you what I wanted. I didn't need the extra shit.
I didn't need the extra shit.
But now you bring the extra shit. So now I'm like, well, maybe. And then you disappear. And I'm like,
yeah.
We didn't even have to do all that.
Yeah.
Girl.
Like, I popped back up on this app. I matched with a person. And we were just talking. And I was like, okay, he seems a little too dope. Immediately, which is sad because I'm like, if somebody's a good person and seems cool, I should be like, y'all cool. Mm-hmm. But he was doing the most. I said, I'm not looking, whatever. I gave the whole spiel that I always give. And I was just going in and like, started going in hot, like real hot with the babies and the babe and all sorts of like the sweet, the schmoozing. It was schmoozing via text. It was schmoozing. He was just like schmoozing it up. He was like really laying that shit on thing via text. He was just laying that shit on thing. Yeah. Right? We were supposed to go have coffee or tea just to meet up because I never ever ever just have anybody come to my house. Random people don't just come to my house like that. You have to be very important to me to come to my house. But anyways, so you're just supposed to meet up or whatever, and it's the day, and I said, hey, he schmoozed all in the morning time, all sorts of shit, and I was like, this is sus. Immediately, I was like, this is sus. I can't trust people when they're nice. Like, it's fucked. I can't trust y'all when you're nice. Like, I'm just like, what are you doing? What do you want? What are you expecting here? Yeah. Anyway, so I messaged at like, I don't know, I think like 11 o'clock. And I said, hey, are we still good for like coffee or tea or whatever? No response. That was Wednesday. No, nothing. And I'm like, what was the point?
What was the point?
What was the point of the extraness?
You could have saved it.
You could have saved all that shit. It could have just been what it had been. What was with all the extra shit?
And that's what I really don't get because it's like, what you're asking for, you would think is like the dream for some of these people.
Facts.
And so it's just weird that they're giving you all this extra shit that you didn't ask for.
Nope.
And the thing that you actually wanted, which is typically what they would want as well.
Yeah.
They can't give you that.
No.
But like, why?
What was the point of the extraness?
Like, it didn't need, I literally told you, I'm just looking. You can say, I'm just looking to fuck. I'm just looking to fuck. And they're like, yeah, but baby this, baby that. We could do this, we could do that. And it's like,
oh my God, it was this grandiose bullshit. It was this grandiose bullshit. Oh, I can get a hotel and blah, 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 or whatever. And I was like, oh, okay. Again, my eyebrows were like, something's off. Like, something doesn't feel right. Yeah. I mean, we only messaged for like maybe a week.
Yeah.
And I was like, no.
Yeah.
So when he didn't respond, I was like, all right.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. I ain't even stressing it.
Yeah, it's
just I'm over
stupid,
it. I'm just over it.
Yeah.
I'm over it. I don't want to do it anymore. But it's just like, I mean, have you had that experience where somebody just lays it on and does the most and then either dips out or they end up being trash?
Yeah. Yeah, I have. I have. No, I have. I had a whole like thing with somebody where, it was a lot. It was a lot right off the bat. And I was like, I don't particularly care too much for this, but whatever. Like, it was different than what I was used to. So the part of me was like, this might be my trauma talking and I'm trying to figure like how to navigate this better. So I was willing to be like a little bit more understanding and open to it. And then it was just laid on so thick, all for him to just disappear like a couple of months later.
Yeah.
I was like, if you didn't want to, it didn't have to do that.
It didn't have to go to that part.
Yeah, it was a weird situation. That whole thing was weird.
It just didn't have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I really don't get it. It's frustrating. It's annoying. And it's just like, I am telling you what I want. And I promise you it's what I actually want. I think that's what it goes to. I don't feel like, because I've heard this before where I'll tell somebody something and they'll be like, well, that's not how you feel. And you're like, no,
that's what I'm saying. Is what I'm saying.
No, this is exactly what I'm saying. Like, I'm actually saying these words. This is what I mean, and this is how I feel. And they're like, no, you don't mean that. And it's like, no.
Yeah.
So I say that to say that I feel a lot of times where they think no, this is not how you actually feel. So they're trying to give you something as to what they think you mean.
Exactly.
And then they're like, oh crap, I can't maintain this.
Yeah.
And then they bounce.
Which is so weird because I'm just like, maybe I'm just a different breed. Maybe you and I are just a different breed. I don't know.
Bro.
I don't know. But what I say is what the fuck I mean. Like, literally, if I'm like, I like the color green, I mean, I like the color green. Okay? I don't mean I sometimes like the color green. And maybe sometimes I take purple.
Yeah.
No, I'm just like, what I'm saying is what I'm saying. I don't know if like men or other women do that where they say one thing but they mean another thing, and it's just like this whole puzzle, and I'm not that way.
Yeah.
I'm not that way. I'm very simple. You don't have to figure me out. If I don't like something, I tell you I don't like something. If I want something, I'll tell you this is what I want. Like, there's no subtext to the text.
Girl.
It blows my mind sometimes because I'm just like, you didn't have to do all that.
Yeah, it could have been saved. There's no point.
No.
Because you could have got some coochie. Like, I don't understand.
Well,
like,
I know exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
exactly. But also there's the thing of like it's the lack of communication too. Because I'm like, okay, I could understand if like some point I say something and it turned you completely off. You know, we all have those moments. I have shit about me that people are not going to like. So you don't owe me nothing, but like out of courtesy, like just be like, hey, you know what? I'm actually not really feeling it. I'd be like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Thanks for telling me.
I don't think people are used to people being that chill about things, to be honest.
Oh. Oh. That one took your life.
You heard it just moving up?
Deidre's soul came out her mouth. I don't know if
it was like
I don't know if y'all heard it.
Damn, it took my thought too.
The whole thought just came out.
It just came out and now it's gone. So I think sometimes they may feel that like if they do just be like, hey, I'm not really feeling this, the person's gonna feel some type of way, which they might, but like just be honest about it. I get it, nobody owes you anything, nobody, whatever, but it's like nothing to just be like, hey, I'm not feeling this. I have done that to people before.
Yeah, me too.
Like I went out on a date with this one dude and I was like, hey, it was cool, we had a good time, but like the conversation leading up to it was fine, but it was like some weird things.
Yeah.
The conversation after the date was kind of weird, and I was just like, I don't know. I was like, hey man, like you seem like a cool guy. I just kind of get a weird vibe. Like nothing against you, but I'm not really interested. And he was just like, he felt some type of way about it, to be honest.
Yeah.
He was like, I appreciate your honesty, but like I do feel some type of way. And I was like, you just gonna have to feel some type of way over there.
I mean,
I'm not trying to see you again, bro. Like,
what you want from me? I'm trying to be honest, and you don't like it. Like, you know,
I've had both ends of the spectrum where I've had people say, hey, I really appreciate your honesty, and they moved on with their life. I mean, most people move on because they ain't got no choice. Yeah. But I've also had other people be like, I hate the honesty. That's rude. Like, da-da-da. And I'm like,
that's too bad.
So would you rather me just completely dip and not say anything?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I mean, and I've been that person too where I've just been like,
I have ghosted people myself.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I'm not really feeling this. And then I just bounce out.
I just don't respond to text messages anymore. But I mean, I've done that, but it's also like
I try to be better and like try to be like, hey, this is where I'm at. Like, no disrespect.
Yeah.
But I can't say that I've done that for my whole life.
Yeah.
I cannot say that.
But it's just like, come on, like we're in our 30s.
Yeah.
Like, don't be a child.
Yeah.
Just communicate some shit.
Yeah.
Especially after being like so extra.
Yeah.
It was love bombing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you was like, all right, I'm not going to talk to you no more. And I'm like, it's fine. I'm not mad. I ain't going to hit you up. But I'm also like you could have just been like, hey, I'm not feeling it or whatever. You know, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's just weird.
It is really weird.
It just weirds me out.
So what are you guys' thoughts? We're just trying to figure out like, what's the thought?
Yeah, let me know.
What's the thought process behind it?
Why do you do this, men?
What is the thought process?
I just don't get it.
Yeah. I don't
need the fluff.
Yeah, it's like sometimes that's not needed. Like you could just really be like, hey, I'm trying to do this. Are you down or not? And if they're like, yeah, I'm down, cool. You don't need to give me all the extra shit. Just let's move on.
Let's just move on.
Let's that be that on that.
Yeah.
You know, but
yep.
I feel this in my core that they don't believe that we feel the way we feel.
I genuinely believe that.
Yeah.
That they're just like, nah, I know you're saying this, but there's something up. Like my ex-husband was like that. Like I would tell him something and he would be like, it's a trap. And I'm like, what? Oh, it's not. I'm telling you I don't care, so I genuinely don't care.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's a trap. And I'm like, it's not though.
Yeah, it's not.
I'm like, you do you.
Yeah, like enjoy, have a good time.
Yeah.
That's what they have fun, and they're like, have fun. It's like, I've heard there's some triggers for men. We need to talk is a trigger for men. Yeah. Regardless of what you need to talk about. It don't even have to be about y'all. It could be about just life in general. Can we talk? Like, and if you don't have the conversation immediately, that's like a trigger. They're gonna be thinking about it.
They freak out.
Have fun apparently is another trigger.
That is also a trigger.
Like, I'm good is another trigger. Yeah. Because a lot of times they have heard I'm good and they're not good.
Which is wild. Like, and if ladies do that, come on ladies, like, let's get better about it. If you're not good, say you're not good. Like let's try to help these men out just a little bit. Just a little bit.
I mean, sometimes to be fair, sometimes you just don't be in a place to be ready to talk about it.
Yeah, but you know what you say? I'm not good. I don't want to talk about it right now.
That's true.
That's it.
Yeah, no,
and if it's a good partner, they're going to respect your boundary and they're going to be like, all right, you come talk to me when you're ready to talk to me.
That's true.
But you know how many times I've had to say that where I'm like, hey, I'm not good. I don't like the situation, but I'm too angry right now to have a conversation. I'm just going to be mean because I know how I am. So give me a little bit of time to process shit and then we can come back and revisit it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's not hard to say.
I have had situations where I've talked to somebody, they've said something to me, and at the time I was like, yeah, no, I get it. No worries. Yeah. And then I thought about it later on, and then I was like, wait, no. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not good with that. Yeah. And then I had a whole different thing, and I had to try to revisit it later and be like, actually, yeah, I felt some type of way because I was a little bit, I didn't feel some type of way, but I was a little confused as to what was being said. Yeah. I thought I understood, and then I realized I didn't understand.
But that's okay.
Yeah, but then you look crazy.
No, you don't. That's okay.
So, I mean, yeah.
I don't think that looks crazy at all. If somebody comes back to me and was like, I don't understand what you're saying, I'm like, all right, let's sit down and let's have a conversation about it.
Yeah, well.
It's all about communication. I feel like nobody has that. Not nobody, but like a lot of people just don't communicate.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people communicate, but I don't feel like a lot of people communicate well. And when I say that, I don't mean like actually talking to one another, but I also think of listening to what people are saying and honestly understanding what they're saying and not thinking it's something else, which I think is a big part of why a lot of communication fails, because they're not only are they not listening to each other, they're not hearing each other, but then there may not be 100%. Things that are being spoken either.
100%. No, there's just like, there's different communication styles. Yeah. You know what I mean? And the way I used to communicate is like I would listen to the person who was talking to me, like say we're trying to have a discussion or having an argument. I would listen to the person, but I was only listening so I could pick out the one thing that I can respond to. Like that's what I did. Be like, "Oh wait, actually this is wrong." And like I realized like cuz I picked up a lot of my shitty communication habits from my mother, to be honest with you. Because she's trash at it. So it was very like, I'm only listening to hear what I can combat with. You know what I mean? What I can argue. Mm-hmm. As opposed to being like, all right, let me get my mentality right. Like, let me get my mental state right before we sit down and have a conversation so that I can actually be open-minded to what you are saying, everything. Mm-hmm. And like, try to understand and try to be in your shoes, which is hard sometimes, especially when you're emotional. That's why you can't have those conversations when you're emotional.
Yeah, it is extremely hard to put yourself in somebody else's shoes and see their perspective, because sometimes you're like, but me, but like my feelings, my this, and it's like you might be missing where they're coming from on that part.
Damn, they just whole thoughts coming out. They just whole thoughts coming out her whole mouth.
I'm so gassy today.
Listen, we are human beings and we are gassy sometimes.
Yeah, we are gassy sometimes.
We are some gassy bitches sometimes.
Yeah. But one of the things with communication for me is I struggled with communication like early on. Yeah. And I'm not even sure really why. Yeah. Because like my parents are pretty good. Well, my parents are pretty good for the most part. And I know like they would talk to me about certain things and they would explain why and things like that. But for some reason that didn't like stick for me. So it took a while for me to get to a point of being able to express myself and really effectively communicate with somebody. Yeah. I did notice something that I picked up was if somebody says something to me and I'm not really sure how they're saying it or how they mean to say, like how
Yeah.
they're meaning it. Because sometimes they'll say it and I'm like, is that a dig or
Yeah.
is it not? So something that I've picked up on is being like, I just want to confirm before I react a certain way, or so I can know how to react. How do you mean this?
Yeah.
Because sometimes it comes out completely fucked and you're like, you couldn't have possibly meant that how
Yeah.
you said it.
Yeah.
And so I've been like, how do you mean this? Or like, I just want to confirm because I may be hearing it one way and I just want to make sure that's not how you mean it. Or if that is how you mean it, I can respond accordingly.
Yeah.
Which has actually helped me a lot because it has prevented me from losing my shit a lot.
Yeah, girl.
But it has also helped me lose my shit. So,
Yeah.
you know, it just depends on how the conversation is going, which has been real hit or miss.
Girl, I understand because like you say that, what I use is I say, okay, like, can we pause for a second? And I'm like, what I'm hearing you say is this. And then I'll repeat back what I think is being said. And they'll be like, oh my God, no, that's not what I'm saying. And I'm like, okay, can you rephrase it in a different way so that maybe I can understand? Because this is what I'm hearing you say.
Yeah.
And I just want to try to understand before I start reacting emotionally.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's just like, I had to learn how to communicate like that because, like, when I was younger, especially when I was drinking, I was a horrible communicator. And I used communication, quote unquote, as a way to manipulate situations and combat people. Mm-hmm. That's what I did because I grew up in a household that was very much a constant game. It was constant mind games. It was constant, like, you know, it was almost like playing chess with my mother. So it was like, so I'm going to have to say this in response because if I say this and what I really want to say, you know, it's going to get physical. You know what I mean? And like shit like that. So I had to learn over the years how to communicate, and damn, did it take me a long ass time. And I'm not perfect.
I mean, I still struggle with communicating with some people. I still struggle. I don't even know why. Like, I have been trying to figure out things, and I struggle with certain people with my communication. I know that about myself. I am working on it. I am trying my best. I am.
I think like could I call you out for a second?
It depends on what you're about to say.
I think your favorite phrase is "it is what it is."
'Cause it do be.
And it doesn't matter what I say.
Yeah. Because I feel like a lot of times, sometimes it really is what it is. And it doesn't necessarily mean good or bad. It'd be like, it is what it is. Like, there's nothing I can do to change the situation or help the situation. It just is what it is. And sometimes it don't really be mattering what I say because I can say whatever I want till I'm blue in my face. And if the situation don't change, it don't change.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a waste of breath.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. I get it. I understand. No, I mean, I get it because you're right. Like, sometimes saying something just isn't going to change the situation. And then it's just at that point, it's like, well, do I want to continue to mess with the situation then? Right. You know what I mean? I understand that. Yeah. I was just in that.
Yeah.
I was just in that. And now I'm not. But, I mean, it's hard. It's sometimes, and everybody's communication style is different.
Yeah.
Some people prefer direct. I'm a very direct person. I will not understand you and what you're trying to say if you beat around the bush and it pisses me off. Like, you're not going to hurt my feelings. If you think I'm being a cunt, sorry. I know some people don't like that word.
It's my favorite.
I love that word. I love that word so much.
It's like such a hard, like...
Yeah. It's like it's almost like I use it when bitch doesn't...
It doesn't give it enough, like, I need the...
Schmooze. Doesn't schmooze enough.
Like, it's like saying cunt is like saying, like, absolutely the fuck not.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like that. It's like that exemplifier.
It's like the yeah. So if I'm being a cunt, say I'm being a cunt, and I'm be like, oh, wow, why would you, like, what do you mean? What am I doing?
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to take offense to it.
Yeah.
But I'm also not sensitive.
Yeah. I know I've had some really interesting situations where I have been very blunt with people, and I've been told to lie to them because I've hurt their feelings.
Oh.
I have been told, they were like, you hurt my feelings every time you talk to me. And I was like, what did I say? Like, they're like, you're just so blunt.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, well, you asked for my help and you wanted my honest opinion, so I'm giving it to you.
Don't ever ask for my honest opinion if you don't want it.
And they were like, yeah, but your delivery of it. And yeah, okay, I get it. Like, it may have not come out the way you might have wanted it, but that's the honest opinion. And that's how, you know,
yeah.
I was hoping that would be helpful.
Yeah.
Like, I remember one time I was asked to give my opinion on something.
I'm sorry, my back is killing me.
No, you're good.
Okay.
I was asked to give my opinion on something, something they were creating.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, honestly, you probably should do this. You should probably do this. Get rid of that. Do this. Do that.
Yeah.
And I kind of left it at that. And they were so offended.
Oh.
They were like, I have been working on this for like 5 years, and you just ripped all of my hopes and dreams up in like 2 minutes. And I was like, I didn't even know I did that, and I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But you asked for my opinion.
But you asked.
Like, I'm giving it to you.
Yeah.
I've also had people who their way to communicate with me was through letters. Because they couldn't figure out a way to process it. I understand that sometimes I talk really fast.
Yeah.
And it can be a lot for somebody who may not be able to process that quickly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I try to, on this podcast, I talk a lot slower than I normally do in person, I feel. Sometimes I get going.
I do too. I feel like we do.
Yeah.
I feel like we try to articulate
and speak a little slowly so y'all can understand.
If you think we're being fast, see us in person.
See us in person.
Because we're worse.
We be moving.
Yeah.
But we wrote back and forth.
Yeah.
Because it was like too much.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, like that's actually one of the things that when I moved out here, I had to start talking a lot. They're speaking a lot slower because nobody could ever understand what the fuck I was saying. Yeah,
I talk fast.
Yeah.
So I talk fast and I talk with my hands and I'm like I go quickly. My ex-husband was like that. He had to write things out, which is not my communication style.
Mine either, and it was hard to deal with.
Yeah. Because like I think that's why you and I communicate so well is because you are blunt and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I can see your, I can see your point.
Like, damn, bitch, okay.
Yeah, I could see your point, right? I don't take offense to it. Yeah. I'm just like, yeah, you're right, and vice versa. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because we have a very similar communication style.
Yeah,
I can't do the writing thing.
I mean, it was actually kind of cool because it did allow me to kind of slow down my thoughts.
Yeah,
and kind of really give myself a full chance, because something I did notice about myself now is I'll have so many things that I want to say in one situation, and I leave a lot of it out because my mind's going already, and it's like then I'll get home and I'm like, fuck, I meant to say blah 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 or whatever.
Also, you get a little sidetracked.
I do get a lot sidetracked.
You get a little sidetracked.
My stories, you better buckle in because we're gonna be there for 45 minutes.
100%. You better you gotta do one of these and sit back.
Get your tea, your coffee, your wine, your beer.
Yeah.
Your spirit.
Yep. Gigi goes through everybody.
Yeah, we're gonna take you through a whole
world
thing.
Whole world.
To get through the story. But yeah. Writing, it kind of gave me a minute to settle my thoughts and kind of focus on like this and this and this and this and this and this. But it's hard that way because you want to be able to have these conversations out, especially if it's somebody that you think you're going to be with for a long time.
No, absolutely.
And like if you're trying to build a future with this, like a person,
yeah, exactly,
and you can't talk in person, it's like, well, we can't write notes back and forth. Like, what if we would have gotten married, and what if we would have had kids and shit like that? Like,
yeah. I can't be passing you notes about how to raise our children.
I can't. And this was before I even had, this was years and years and years ago. So I was like, we gonna have to find another way to communicate, because I'm not about to send you a letter about like a kid, or you know what I mean? It was crazy.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
It was a lot. It was a lot. Sorry, my back started to hurt.
No, that's okay, girl. My back is killing me right now. But I mean, it's tough because like if you really love a person, you're gonna want to try to work with that communication style. But it's also like I would get text on text on text, like just this long drawn out text, and I'm like, I ain't got time. I don't have the energy. Can we just talk it out?
Yeah,
like,
girl, the text that you got would have worked my nerves.
Which one?
Well, from your ex-husband.
Oh, yeah.
Partly because of how it was written. And it may have not meant to come off the way that it was written.
Yeah.
But the bullet points?
Yes. Yeah.
That would have pissed me off.
Yeah. A lot of the times it made me feel very stupid.
Sorry, I don't even know if did you want me to?
Yeah, girl, you can say that.
Okay.
Yes. I'm an open book. Okay. We can put it all out there.
Like, damn, I just started talking. I didn't even ask you.
No, girl, you're fine.
Okay.
You're fine. But yeah, no, the bullet points, like, a lot of the times, like, that shit made me feel stupid.
Right. And it may have not been the intent at all.
No, and it wasn't.
It just came across that way a little bit.
It wasn't. But you know what? My whole relationship with that was justifying that wasn't the intent. It wasn't the intent. He didn't intend to do this. He didn't mean to do this.
That intent.
But at the end of the day, it still made me feel this way, and it made me feel that way on repeat.
Yeah.
So it was like, just because you're not intending to do something doesn't mean that it's not shitty.
Yeah.
For that person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can find somebody else who's going to enjoy your writing style. And he did.
And now they're miserable. Sorry. I'll cut that out.
Leave it. Oh my God. Yes. Don't leave me hanging. Don't leave me hanging. Don't let. Hey,
ooh, that was a good one.
That was a really good one. No.
Okay, my ring, like, it felt like, okay.
Oh, yeah. No, but I mean, I don't even know where to go from there.
Girl.
But I mean, it's just, I don't know. Anyways, different communication styles are insane. But definitely just try to communicate, you know, if you can. You know, don't be afraid to tell somebody that you're not interested in them. Don't be afraid that, or, you know, you can do the ghosting thing. You do what you want to do, but I'm telling you, from this end, it's not appreciated.
Yeah. I will say this, just because of what I've been seeing happen to women.
Yeah.
Through
I Survived.
And just like life in general. Yeah. But some people do not take well to being turned down. They don't. And so if it's a safety thing and you're like, this person might be nuts, I get it.
Yeah. No, absolutely. That's understandable. I mean, look at my previous situationship. He is blocked on everything, and I'm sure is still trying to contact me in some sort of way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Blocked on everything.
Yeah.
I think the last... I'm not even going to say it.
Nope.
I'm not even going to say it out loud because I'm sure he's watching these.
Hey, thanks for your view. Appreciate the support.
No,
appreciate the support.
Thanks for supporting. But yeah, no, I mean, sometimes you have to do those things if you feel like you're in danger. Men and women. Yeah. You know, because women can also be fucking crazy.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, this is not, crazy is not gender exclusive.
No.
Like,
no.
Anybody could be nuts.
I knew a girl. I say knew loosely. But she tried to run over her man with her car. Her ex-man, because he was like, I don't really want to be with you anymore. Like, this isn't working out. I'm going to try to go to school and whatever. And she got mad and tried to run him over.
Girl.
So women can also be crazy.
Is she in jail?
I don't know, girl. Like I said, I knew her. I don't pay attention. He's alive and he's safe. Good. But yeah, no, women can also be crazy.
Yeah. People are gonna people. People are gonna people at the best way they know how.
The wise thoughts of Deidre. People are gonna people.
People are gonna people. So,
anyways, can we just wrap up, because it's been almost an hour? Can we wrap up with the fact that there was a ghost in my house?
Yeah, y'all. So we got these studio lights. I guess you could say.
Crazy. That's why it looks so good in here.
Yeah. Bright, shiny.
Right.
Our eyes are
literally blind 95% of the time.
After we turn these lights off, we're gonna have spots for at least 10 minutes.
100%.
But one of the lights was jiggling.
Yeah, hard body.
And as soon as I mentioned money and them paying rent, they stopped jiggling that bad boy.
They really did. Well, they really did though. But I was like, hey, stop. And then it stopped. And then it moved hard, hard body. And it was just wiggling and jiggling. And I was like, y'all can get up out my house. And Deidre was like, if you're going to stay, you have to pay rent. And they stopped.
Mm-hmm. They ain't in here no more. They didn't want to pay it either.
Nope.
Even the ghost is tired of this economy. They are tired.
They are exhausted. Just as much as we are exhausted.
Man.
I'm fucking tired, bro.
Yo, I'm hungry.
I am so. Can we get McDonald's?
Yes, we can.
Yes, I am so tired though.
Yeah.
I am so fucking tired.
So I didn't expect this to be as long as it was.
We did good. I mean, I thought it was good.
No, it was, but I didn't feel like we talked that long.
I know, but we really got into communication, hard
yeah,
body.
We did. That wasn't even. It was supposed to be segments, and we just talked.
I mean, we did. We talked about jailbirds and I survived in the shows for like good 20 minutes.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah. Anyways,
so the ghost and
the ghosty
they're
ghost.
gone.
They're gone.
So
bye, ghosty. Thanks for visiting. But pay rent.
Pay rent.
Pay some rent. Your girl needs some help.
Get half on the electric or something.
Facts.
Making it cold in here and whatnot.
No, make it cold so I can turn the AC up and I don't have to turn it down and spend money. You're welcome to stay if you go make the house cold. Don't care. I gotta tell you, I'm fucking exhausted.
Yeah.
I am so tired. This is day 6 out of 11 and I have 5 more days of work and I'm just tired.
Girl, it doesn't seem like a lot, but working like 7 days straight or working more than that is hard.
I am, especially with our job.
Yeah, it's tired. Really hard. And I'm not gonna lie, coming back from my trip and then coming straight to work and not having a day off, which was not the initial intent.
Yeah.
Because I was supposed to come back on Saturday, work Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, be off Wednesday, Thursday, and then work. And because I've been just working straight, I am beat.
I'm tired.
And then in the next coming weeks, I'm not going to be off for like weeks.
I know. I'm tired. I almost worked 15 days. But I was like, I can't work on the 4th. I just can't do it. I need to pause for a second.
Yeah.
I'm just tired.
Yeah.
I don't know if you could tell. I did my best. Are we good?
We're good.
Well, thank you guys for being here with us. Thank you so much for being patient about the last episode. I know we got a bunch of people who were like, "Where the fuck is the episode at?" And I was like, we had a bit of a time.
Yeah, we had.
So it came out a little bit late, but we appreciate your patience and hopefully you were able to watch it. But this one will be out on Tuesday.
It will.
No worrying about it.
Yeah.
But like, share, subscribe, follow, all that good jazz. If you can share any of the reels that we post, I work very hard on them. I hope you like them.
This is our social media.
I do my best.
Lady.
I do my best. If anybody has tips and tricks and wants to tell me anything, by all means message me and tell me, because I'm new and it took me a good 5 hours to learn TikTok when we first started. Yeah. So I'm doing my best. But if you see any of our reels, please share them, so we can get more of a following and just kind of like,
get our stuff there.
Get our stuff out.
We're trying to get some new stuff.
Yes.
And we're trying to get some other stuff going.
Yes.
So.
Yes. Ooh.
You want to talk about it? Sure.
Not yet.
No?
Not yet.
Maybe next episode?
Next episode. But we have some stuff in the works that we're super excited about. We are really excited about it. And we're hoping everything works out well. We're probably going to do a little trial run just to see.
Yeah.
But we are hoping everything works out well and that you guys will be able to participate and enjoy it.
Yeah.
It'll be exciting.
It will be exciting.
Hopefully
it works out and we'll be able to do those things and share them with you guys.
Yeah, and you guys will be able to get to see all the uncut shit.
Yeah.
All the uncut shit. The raw. Scary.
Which is funny.
It's funny as fuck.
There's so much stuff that gets cut out because we are trying not to get canceled.
Yeah. Right off the bat. But some of that shit is really funny as fuck.
Yeah, it is
pretty funny. Really fucking funny. Anyways, but, you know, be there, be square, all that good jazz.
Yeah, what she said.
Is that a square? Be there, be square. Anyways, thank you guys for being here with us. We love you. We appreciate you. And until next time.
Bye.